Now, evil will be front and center during these wars.
That's him. Look at him, bro. Just look at this man, bro. Like, this man, like, look at him. We ain't even, bro. Reaction over, bro. We ain't even got to react no more, bro. Just look at him. YouTube. Mob. It's that word, man. What it do? Welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to another video, bro. Happy Saturday, bro. It ain't even Saturday. I'm tripping, man. Happy Friday, man. Was in the city earlier, so y'all make sure y'all tap in on Dunn and Quanah. That's me and my ladies' foodie vlog channel. You know what I mean? Like, we do like lifestyle content over there. You know what I'm saying? Where we go out and eat and we just love on each other. So y'all make sure y'all tap in over there. But anyway, welcome back to the second reaction channel, man. Y'all know over here, man, we be talking about gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the ones, the STEPPAS. And today, man, we got to talk about evil. Do your homework on evil. You feel me? We talking about evil. The name says it all, bro. Evil. You feel me? Anyway, they say he from the 92 Bishop Bloods, man. They say he caught not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 bodies. Do your homework on evil. Catching 8 bodies, bro. Anyway, man, we gonna tap right into it, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, hype, sub up. Let's go.
I'm in here for homicide. 2 murders. I did terrible things, brother.
Welcome to Boys in the Hood TV. Today we're going to be discussing the life of Evo from the 9 Deuce Bishop Bloods. Anthony Bankston was a member of the notorious Watts Blood gang called the 9 Deuce Bishop Bloods. Now his street name was Ant Dog, but once his shootings and killings started, he would eventually be referred to as Evil. Now the 9 Deuce Bishops were started by Bobby Lavender in the 1970s and have been a force in Watts ever since. Now the 9 Deuces are known to war with Crips like the Back and Front Street, Grape Street Crips, PJ Watts, and even known blood sets like the Bloodstones. Now Evil will be front and center during these wars.
That's him. Look at him, bro. Just look at this man, bro. Like, this man, like, look at him. We ain't even, bro. Reaction over, bro. We ain't even got to react no more, bro. Just look at him. See, y'all scared to look at him. Look at him. Yeah. Your ass ain't gonna be able to go to sleep tonight. For sure.
And in 1985, he will be arrested for shooting the East Coast Crip during a confrontation. Now, he will be charged with assault with a deadly weapon and great bodily injury enhancement, which will lead him to being sentenced to 3 years in prison. Now, while locked up, he will be moved around from different prisons like Folsom, Chino, and Soledad. Now, prison didn't better his behavior, only made him that much worse. And only 2 years into his sentence,
It always does, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I gotta keep it a bean with y'all, right? So, I got a little brother, man. It ain't nothing gangster about him either. If you met him, you'll know what I mean. But he went to the feds, bro. And when he got out the feds, it was like he got worse. And I just asked him straight up, like, gang, you ain't learned nothing in prison, bro? And he basically said, yeah, I learned something. He said, I didn't learn nothing that could help me, though. He said, I learned that I can do it. So I'm like, what? He said, yeah, I learned that if you can develop a certain kind of patience, and if you can basically develop a mindset where you understand that you're not going to be around the people you love, prison is a breeze. Oh! I couldn't believe what I was hearing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I guess it take a special kind of somebody to think like that, but yeah. Prison is supposed to be for rehabilitation, bro. It's supposed to be getting you ready to come back into society. They even have classes where they give the inmates and the criminals, you know what I'm saying? They let them take classes so they can come back to society, bro. But it never works, bro. Ever. Crazy work.
Catch another charge, but this time for being in possession of an explosive device. Now, also while in prison, he would get different infractions like assaulting correctional officers and also being caught with 8 metal shanks found in his cell, with 2 of the shanks being evidence to multiple stabbings of different inmates. Now, by 1989, Evil will be back on the streets. Now, it wouldn't be too long after that he would be arrested yet again for being a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, around February 1991, he will parole and be back out on the streets. But this time, Evil would decide to start venturing out to Compton. Now, once he touched down in Compton, he would start heavily congregating around Ludus Park. But eventually, he would start befriending members of the Chicano gang, the Compton Vadio 7-O's. Now, the Compton Vadio 7-O's, since the 80s, have been known to beef heavily and have a deep hate for the Compton Pyru sets like Looters and Mob. But they also beef for CRIP sets like ATF, which stands for Acacia Town Farm. But outside of the black gangs, they also do beef with other Sureño gangs like 18th Street, Florencia 13, and another local gang called Compton Vadio Chicano Gang. Now, Evil would develop a close relationship with the Vadio 7-O's.
You gonna be able to sleep tonight, my boy. You gonna think about this picture right here every time you go to sleep.
He would eventually start doing hits on rival gang members for the 7-O's. Now, this ruthless mindset, being ready to kill at any time, would earn him a lot of respect amongst the Vadio 7-O's. Now, in a short few months, as his reputation would start to build up, he would soon get CK tatted on his right earlobe, referring to himself as a Crip killer due to his wild behavior while out in Compton. Now, the Compton PD will get word that somebody from LA was out in Compton causing trouble, and that this individual was closely affiliated with the 7-O's. And it was believed that whoever this individual was had been responsible for a lot of the violent crimes taking place in Compton. On May 10th, 1991, at around 5 p.m., Evil would decide to drive through Compton Vadio Chicano Gang's hood on Thorson Street. So Evil was going through the Chicanos' territory to take out enemies for the Vadio 7-O's. Now, while driving through, he would spot 2 men walking down the street, Florentino Melendez and Noel Sanchez, who had just left a Mother's Day barbecue only moments ago. Now, as both of the men continued to walk, Evil would pull up on them and immediately pull out his AK-47 and aim it through the window and open fire. He would let off multiple shots, hitting Sanchez, who would hit the ground. Now, his friend Melendez would take off running and hide behind a nearby car, but Evil would then fire another shot into Sanchez's body as he laid on the ground. Now, as Evil began to pull off, he would stop directly in the intersection and look straight at Melendez hiding behind the car and smile at him before eventually driving off.
Nursing feel like a night.
That boy was a real killer, bro. That boy was a real devil for real, bro. They should have named him.
And other family members would come running outside of the barbecue to attend to Sanchez, who had been hit twice in his chest with AK-47 bullets. Now, police and EMTs will be called, who would arrive on scene shortly, and Sanchez will be transported to the hospital, where sadly, he will be pronounced dead. Now, witnesses would tell police that they saw a bald-headed black man with black glasses driving a gray Volvo who was fleeing the scene. Now, days later, Melendez would be shown a photo lineup, and he would identify Evil as the man that he saw. Now, sometime later, Evil will go to...
So my question is, bro, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably don't know this, but like, were they gangbangers though? Like, the people who we unalive, were they gangbangers? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that gangbangers deserve to be unalive, bro, but y'all know what come with the streets, right? Nothing good. You know what I'm saying? Nothing good. Or did he just go see some Latino brothers walking and was like, okay, I don't care if they gangbangers or not. We gonna lay them down. What was the case?
He saw. Now, sometime later, Evil will go to visit a Compton Vadio 7-O member named Dopey, and he would brag to Dopey that he had just killed some Vadio Chicanos on Thorson Street who he had caught slipping. Now, on May 18th, 1991, Evil will be back out in Watts in the 9 Deuce Bishop hood. Now, he, along with 2 other Bloods, will be out near the beach in Firestone when he would spot a vehicle with 3 people inside that car who had just pulled up to a taco stand. Now, inside this vehicle were 2 brothers named Benjamin and Benson Jones, along with their sister named Linda. Now, both brothers were members of the Atlantic Drive Compton CRIPS. Now, their sister Linda would exit the vehicle and go up to the taco stand as both brothers would drive and park down the street near a liquor store. Now, as they parked the car, Evil and his two homies would make their way in the direction of...
You gonna think about this all night.
the car. Now, as Benson got out of the car, Evil would walk up and yell out,
What up, blood?
and as soon as Benson turned around, Evil would pull out a 38 and start shooting. After shooting Benson, Evil would then turn and shoot his brother Benjamin as they both fell to the ground.
Oh my God.
Next, Evil would then stand over Benson's body and shoot him this time at close range in his neck. Now their sister Linda, who was screaming hysterically, it would grab the attention of Evil, who would turn at her and open fire.
Oh
she would not be hit, and immediately the 9 Deuce Bishops would flee the scene. Now 911 would be called and the EMTs would arrive shortly. But sadly, 36-year-old Benson Jones would die from his injuries. Now, although injured, Benjamin Jones would tell police that the shooter was wearing a black striped sweatsuit with the pants being cut off to make shorts. Now, the autopsy report would show that Benson Jones had been hit twice, one to the neck at close range, and the fatal shot which went through his abdomen and tore through his aorta. Now, 2 days after this murder, Benjamin and his sister would meet with the police, who would show them a photo lineup, and they would both identify Evil as the shooter.
So really, like, gangbangers, bro, they been telling, though. You know what I'm saying? So snitching ain't new, bro. I mean, like, they be acting like snitching is something new. Snitching ain't new, man. They been telling. Because both of these guys were Compton Crips, right? And instead of the brother going out to catch Evil ass, he decided he was going to cooperate with the police, and he told on Evil. Boy, he must have had him shook.
Now, as the police started to look into who exactly Evil was, they would get more leads that would then tie him to a third murder of a Kelly Park Compton Crip, which they had received information from a known informant. But now the LAPD and Compton PD would start exchanging information, and they would soon come to realize that there had been multiple cold cases that they believed Evil was tied to. But due to lack of evidence, they were not able to arrest him. Now, sometime later, Compton PD would arrest a Compton Video 7-0 affiliate by the name of Dopey on gun charges. Now, while in custody, Dopey would tell detectives that he had information on the murder of Noel Sanchez. He would go on to tell officers that 9 Deuce Bishop Blood, named Ant Dog, aka Evil, had admitted to him that he had killed Noel Sanchez. And at the day that he spoke to Evil about the murder, Evil did have the murder weapon in hand, which was an AK-47. Now, Dopey would also tell detectives that Evil was responsible for multiple shootings and other murders that had yet to be solved. Now, Compton PD, along with the LAPD and the LASD sharing information, they had come to believe that Evil was responsible for killing nearly 8 people since being paroled back in February. So he was a very high priority on their list. Now, only a few days later, Compton PD would be contacted by Dopey that Evil was back in Compton and that he was hanging out on North Mural Street with other Compton Video 7-0 members. Now, police would arrive on scene and
So my boy Evil, he was a part of 2 gangs. He was a 9 Deuce Bishop Blood, but he also ran with the Mexicans too. And he was a shooter for both gangs. Man, this nigga need a hug, bro. That's all this nigga need, bro. This nigga mama ain't hug him enough, bro. I swear, bro, he need a hug, gang. Wish I can hug this man, bro. This man need a hug, bro.
Multiple gang members, but they did not see Evil. Now, the following day, Dopey would call the detectives and tell them that Evil nearly killed them last night while they were detaining other members of Compton Video. He would go on to state that Evil was hiding in a nearby car with his AK loaded with a 30 round, ready to open fire on Compton PD officer Tim Brennan if he got close enough to his vehicle. Now, on May 22nd...
Dude, guess how much it cost?
This nigga was crazy. Boy, it was crazy, for real.
Riding through Watts, Evil will be put over by the sheriffs for a traffic violation. Now, during this traffic stop, officers would find a loaded AK-47 along with a .38 revolver. Now, Evil will be arrested and eventually be charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, assault with a firearm, and a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, police will get a warrant to search his motel room, where they would find a black and gray sweatsuit with the pants cut up to make shorts, which did match the description of the suspect involved in the murder of Benson Jones. Now, forensics would run ballistics on both the .38 and the AK, and both bullets will come back a match to both of the murders of Noel Sanchez and the murder of Benson Jones. Now, while in custody, Evo will get the information of every witness that was set to testify against him before the preliminary hearing. He will call both the Jones family and the Sanchez family, threatening them, telling them not to show up in court, but instead to handle it in the street like men. Now, by 1995, Evo will eventually go to trial for only 2 out of 3 of the murders. And for his trial, instead of having legal counsel, he would decide to represent himself. Now, the first trial will be for...
I mean, just cause he was evil, bro, don't mean he was smart, bro. He probably walked in there. If y'all think I came to play with you, got oh. Y'all let me know this though. Like, do y'all feel like street business should be handled in the streets, or do y'all think it's fair that street guys also depend on the police to handle their business? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with evil, bro. Like, hey, if we out here gang banging and we out here thugging, bro, and we putting in work, we playing ball, then play ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us are law-abiding citizens, bro. None of us are tax-paying citizens, gang. So, like, why y'all using the police to get me? Come get me. Come get me, bro. Come smoke me. I'm out here. You know where I'm at. But anyway.
The death of the Atlantic Drive Compton CRIP, Benson Jones. Now, the prosecution will present multiple witnesses, which included Linda and Benjamin Jones, who were both eyewitnesses to the murder. Now, both would identify Evil as the man who killed their brother. Now, Lieutenant Officer Reggie Wright Sr. would take the stand and testify that both Jones brothers had been Atlantic Drive Compton Crips since the late 70s. And he would go on to confirm that Evil was an active member from the 9 Deuce Bishop Bloods. Now, with Evil representing himself, he would call Benson Jones' wife, named DJ, to testify. Now, she would testify that hours before his murder, she and him did have an argument over her unborn child, father being by another man named Nate. Now, she would admit that the man named Nate had frequently visited the area that Benson was killed in. Now, Evil was trying to paint the picture that the possible baby father of this child named Nate was responsible for the death of Benson and not him. But ultimately, the jury will find Evil guilty of first-degree murder of Benson Jones. Now, next up will be the murder of Vadio Chicano gang member Noel Sanchez. Now, the star witness will be fellow gang member Florentino Melendez, who was with Noel the day of his murder. Now, Melendez would admit to being a Vadio Chicano gang member, but he would also go on to testify that after leaving the family barbecue, Noel was shot by Evil, who he had seen driving a gray Volvo and made eye contact with before he fled the scene. Now, other family members who were at the barbecue would also testify and corroborate Melendez's story about a bald-headed black man with glasses that which in fact was the suspect. Now, the prosecution.
Bald-headed black man with glasses, bro. It could have been anybody. I mean, I ain't trying to get Evil out of jail. I think jail that's where he need to be. You feel me? But a bald-headed black man, that could have been Michael Jordan at the golf course. Oh! I wonder when he cross-examined him, what he said.
Would call Dopey to the stand. And he will go on to claim that Evil stated that he only shot one of them because he did not want to waste bullets on killing Melendez that day. Now, Dopey would also tell the jury, although a blood gang member from Watts, Evil was loved by every Compton Vadio 7-0 member because he was always down to kill anyone that they asked him to. Now, by the end of this trial, Evil will be found guilty of first-degree murder of Noel Sanchez, and he would be sentenced to death. Now, decades later, Evil will file multiple appeals, and in June of 2026, his death sentence would be reversed in the murder case of Noel Sanchez based on a racial injustice act due to racial bias during his trial. But his life sentences would still remain, and as of today, he is still locked up, serving out his life sentence. I would like to thank everybody for tapping in, and I'll see y'all next time.
Gang still locked up. I ain't gonna cap, man. That's what he need to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, bro, I believe in the death penalty, bro. So he probably should have got death, you dig? But like I said before, bro, like when you get in the streets, man, when you decide you want to gangbang, you know what come with it. That's just how I feel. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't gangbang. I pay taxes. So somebody like me or somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who, you know, abide by the rules and things of that nature, if something unjust happened to them, I feel like the cops should go get justice. But in the gangbanging world, bro, they don't even want you. They don't want the cops to get justice. They would rather handle it in the streets. Only a select few feel like, okay, I'm gonna snitch. And those are the ones that I don't even think the gangbangers really run around. You feel me? Anyway, though, man, that boy Evil was really evil. For real. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, though, folk. In the chat down below, man. Don't forget to like, hype. Don't forget to subscribe. After subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring it up, make sure you hit all so you don't miss none of these bangles, man. I go by Dunn. I love y'all, man, but God love you more than me, so tap in with the biggest, man. He won't fail you for sure, man. You dig? And y'all know it's a mob life or no life. It's a mob where no way. Y'all know how we coming. OTM, man. We gonna get it out that mud every single day. And until the next one, y'all be easy. Y'all stay safe, man. Happy Friday. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer.